This thing on? Well, it should be on. Hopefully, I don't sound like a drunk idiot. I've done some things that hopefully has solved the problem of me sounding crazy or drunk or whatever you want to call it on this mic. So you guys have to let me know as I let some people roll in. Um, so yeah, let me just start off by welcoming some folks. What's up, QF, Sheila, Nikki, Allen, Trials? What's going on, Richard? Hope, good to see you guys. Hopefully I sound okay. I haven't. Nobody's. Joe, what's up? What's up, Joe Kaz? Good to see you, man. Um, Nobody's letting me know that I sound crazy, so hopefully that's a good thing. Yeah. Just let some other folks roll in here. I'll give it a few minutes. Do I sound? Oh man, do I really? What's up, Mike? What's up, Mark? I think you're a bit quiet. Okay. Magic Mike, dude, don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that. So, no, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate the give me a hard time. Oh, everybody, I like that my audience keeps me grounded. I'll say that much. I'll say that much. But hope you guys had a great weekend. I'm going to welcome you to my channel first. Welcome to Own the Chaos. This is the first time you're visiting my live stream. I do this every night at 8:30, where I go live and I'm watching top stocks to trade this week. And most of the time we hit the nail on the head. We do pretty good. Sometimes we don't, but that's just trading. So if you want to subscribe to this channel for Stock Watch Sunday, if you want to subscribe to this channel for a lot of the business talks that I have and some insightful information on how to trade, how to day trade and invest, give it a subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. I certainly would appreciate the support. And how we structure this a little bit is, we talk about the penny stocks that I'm watching in the first half of Stock Watch Sunday, and then we go over to the big board stuff. You guys have been really, have given me a lot of really good feedback and like to see a little bit of both. So I'm pleasing the crowd, if you will, and we're going to do that. So this channel was born and bred on OTC penny stocks. And so, you guys were actually really kind to me about what I was kind of like providing as far as insight on what's going on with the OTC lately. So I do appreciate that. I really thought that I was going to get a lot of hate mail or hate, messages and stuff. And I was pleasantly surprised. So thank you for that. I appreciate the support. But yeah, I hope you guys had a great weekend. As I'm letting some more folks roll in here. My weekend was great. My Ravens freaking killing it again. I'll tell you what, if Lamar Jackson is not a shoo-in for MVP, I don't know what else the man has to do. Just go follow the Ravens on Twitter and look at the real life video game that is that man. 47-yard touchdown run was unbelievable. Crazy run. Oh my gosh, I couldn't be more excited about my team this year. It's been a long time since I have been. And it's pretty cool to watch. It's a lot of fun. So let me welcome some more folks in here. What's going on, Bob, Peter, Mike? What's up, man? Joseph. Oh no, the Alec Baldwin. Yeah, I know he's a competitor too, so we won't talk about that. Yeah, the Jets got a win too. I was actually a little surprised about that, but hey, that was a good game too. All right, let's get into it. So, what are the stocks that we're watching today? So, as I was alluding to, you guys know that, like I was saying, oh, by the way, Bob, thank you so much for the donation. Appreciate the support on the channel. Bob's always throwing money at this channel, so I appreciate it, man. You rock, brother. You're awesome. I love it. So let me go ahead and I'll share my screen with you here and bring you to WeTrade HQ. This is the company that I built, the platform that I built to help you become a better trader. With my partner Jake, he and I, wanted to create a space where people who have been trading for 5 minutes or 50 years, or well, probably not 50 years, but 20 minutes or 20 years, let's put it that way, and come to a place where you can learn and grow and just become a better trader. We're providing you with free tools. You can come here to WeTradeHQ.com and do your technical analysis right on here for free with our integrated trading view charts, which are pretty awesome. You can chat with other folks on our forums here. check out, financials, filings, and news. So there's all kinds of really great, useful tools and resources that WeTrade HQ provides, and it's absolutely free to join. So just come and check us all out, and it's a great place to be. So the first stock that I want to be talking about is PFMS, and I'm actually going to bring the chat up here. So PFMS, Hussein, actually you're just in time, man. So PFMS came out with filings, and this is a little bit unusual. It's not, I wouldn't necessarily say it's rare, but it's a little bit unusual. So PFMS has been one that we've been watching, and when I say we, those of us within the WeTrade HQ community, it's been on Stockwatch Sunday a couple of times, and more importantly, the folks that are in my mentorship group, which again, links are down in the description if you want to check that out. But my folks in my mentorship group got PFMS back down in the triple zeros. And this was a how do I want to say it? It was a custodianship originally by Dave Lazar, who's a well-known individual who takes over shells and cleans them up in preparation for them to be, for private companies to merge into them and become publicly traded. And what that is called, it's called a reverse merger. And so you can see here that if you go back out, this has been holding quite well. It's been pretty remarkable. And so I'm going to move you guys over here so I can see this. It's been pretty remarkable how well PFMS has held up. And this happens a lot with these when triple zero stocks get taken over via custodianship. It's pretty crazy. Usually you see custodianships take over and they have like a quick pop up and then they settle back down and then you don't hear from them until something else happens, filings or whatever. With something like PFMS, any of those triple zero stocks that get taken over by custodianship historically, they'll have a run up like this, and then they'll hold this out until we see filings, and then it'll have another huge boom. Typically, and I'm not saying that PFMS will, but typically that's what we see, and so that's what we've gotten excited about with PFMS, because if you look here, they have finally come out with filings. So, and interestingly enough, they were today. Filings came out today in order to bring them current. And so you can see that Dave Lazar is cleaning this one up, finally getting it prepared for a reverse merger. And so this is what's going to get people excited about PFMS on Monday. Now, if you aren't in PFMS, it's probably going to be a gapper in the morning. I would imagine the share structure on this one for it coming out of the trips is actually pretty good. Something 573 million in the float. And that's pretty good for this price point. It should move quite well. And so if you're not in this one and you look to try to buy this tomorrow, look for some sort of pullback. Or if you're not in it already, like I said, maybe take a small starter position if you're afraid of it running without you, and then work your way in whenever there is some sort of pullback. Usually that's how I would work it. Like if I'm late to the game, if I'm late to the party on something, such as, PFMS. I've been in PFMS. I'm actually, holding some shares here on PFMS. And, I think that with this one, you'll just have to work yourself in because I think it's going to run off. Like if you look, for example, TRDX was the same type of setup, same, custodian, which is Dave Lazar. And, had a very similar move. Let's go back a little bit. So TRDX, had this run up. As you can see, this is actually back when the custodianship was taken care of or taken over. And this was another triple zero. This is what I was talking about. A lot of these triple zeros that get taken over via custodianship, they have this nice move up once the custodianship takes place. And this gap up right here, let me actually zoom in because you guys probably can't see that very well. So this is back in March. This is TRDX. This is back in March. This is right around the time when the filings showed up. But look how well this holds up. So you can see here, this moved up on custodianship, and you can see this, just kind of chilling out here, consolidating a little bit. Never really came back down below, 0008s, and then gapped up after filings came out on TRDX, and it just held it held its gains very well. And what's getting me excited about PFMS is that it PFMS is doing something very, very similar. Now, this is another catalyst on TRDX that we won't talk about, but just to kind of give you an example of the similar reaction with the same custodian, same share structure, same reaction to filings. And so, as you can see, TRDX has gone crazy since then, but that's just on whoever the merger was in. I can't recall this one off the top of my head, but I just like that comparison because I think it's very similar to PFMS, and so I would expect us to see a nice little pop from this one, and maybe even a nice little continuation on PFMS now that these filings are out. This is something that a lot of people have been waiting on. It's been nice to see that it's been holding quite well in the 003s. And yeah, I think this is going to be one definitely to watch out for. I wanted to make sure this was the first one that I covered because I know there's a lot of people who had questions about it. I'm super pumped for PFMS to do quite well. So a lot of people are mentioning forward split. I haven't seen anything just yet. I haven't gotten a lot of time to look through the filings this evening. From what I saw briefly, I didn't go in depth into the filings just yet. But what I saw briefly, I didn't see anything, honestly, that I thought was, anything in the form of a split. I didn't see any of that. Okay, so that is PFMS. This is a very exciting one. Like I said, this has been one that a lot of people have had on watch for a while. It's been on Stock Watch Sunday before, so I think it's gonna make a nice move. Oh, GRNF. Thanks, admin. Appreciate that. Yeah, thanks, Thomas. Thanks, guys. Cool. All right, my fault. So, yeah. SBES, the next one that I have on the watch list. This is one that kind of popped up in the middle of the week. It's actually being taken over. So, if you guys can see here, if you look at Nevada SOS, which is the Secretary of State, got taken over on the 5th. So this is going to be one definitely to watch out for. You can see that it's already continued. It's already moved up. This is what's got me excited about this. This setup is ridiculous. So even though this share structure looks to be a little bit out of date, I still think this is going to be something that's super thin, $1.5 million, a market cap. I mean, and really on low volume, this has been doing is going up. So SBES, I think, is still very much on the watch list. I talked about this within my mentorship and said, if you could find ways to work yourself into a position, much like I was explaining to you on PFMS, start off with a starter and look for some sort of pullback. If you're not in SBES right now, it's worth taking a look. The setup and the fact that this change of control took place, I think speaks volumes for SBES. This has been an incredible trips play coming from 0005. Now, normally I would say, the ship has already sailed. You probably don't want to get into this one because it's already gone up nearly 400% or 400% from 0005 all the way up to 002 highs. And so, would I tell you to go buy this at 002? No. So look for some sort of pullback. My best guess is that there probably is going to be one. If you don't think it's going to go below 0017, that looks like to be on the 30-minute chart an okay support, but for me personally, I'm looking for some sort of dip back down to 0013 to maybe start accumulating a position at, and I think that we start to see more develop with SBES as the weeks go on, especially with this change of control. I think it's going to be a nice little mover. You can see all the volume that came in, and then it's holding its gains pretty well. Usually when something like this happens, you see it just go straight up and come straight back down, but I think there's a lot more dollar volume coming into this one, and people are seeing a lot of value out of SBES and holding on to their shares. So this has a pretty nice setup, nice thin share structure, no dilution going on, and so these are the types of stocks that I really like to go after. Not to say that I don't play stocks that have dilution, but when you see one like this that has zero with the share structure that it has and it being taken over, I think this is going to be a nice little mover. SBES, definitely one to keep on your watch list if you're not in it already. It's going to be a nice little move. Okay, just checking out the comments here. All right, next one's going to be MILV. This is a similar situation. MILV is a similar situation to PFMS. PFMS, like I said, was being taken over by Dave Lazar, getting that cleaned up for a potential reverse merger candidate. MILV is the same situation. This will be the last penny stock that I go over this evening. MILV, same thing. Starting to see more filings show up on this one. And so I think that we start to see a little bit more movement from MILV. Now, this one isn't quite as nice of a setup as PFMS, but nevertheless, I think that it's definitely got potential. Unrestricted OS is 290 million, which is quite a bit more than PFMS, but it's a similar situation. This is another one that came from triple zeros. It's had some, some scares, people talking about reverse splits and all that good stuff, but it's started to move back up quite nicely. And I think that those people that got scared out of it originally, other people that see longer term potential and are accumulating position bought this right back up, not really listening to the noise and capitalizing on a pretty good dip here. So MILV, I think, is going to continue to move next week. Definitely one to watch out for. Anytime you get an opportunity on MILV for it to come back down to, I don't know, low 002s, kind of where it's at right now, I think that's a good spot to either add to or maybe start accumulating a position. But MILV, nevertheless, definitely one to keep on the watch list. So those are the three penny stocks: PFMS, SBES, and MILV. Now, I know there's other ones. If you guys want me to go over other ones, I'll be happy to do so. Just put them in the chat here, and I'll be happy to go over them, give you my opinions on them. Just give me some substance. Give me something more than just thoughts on ticker. Insert ticker symbol here, and I'll be happy to answer to those. So, but yeah, thanks, Magic Mike. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, if you guys have anything, if there's a specific ticker you want me to go over, I'd be happy to give you my opinion on it. But yeah. So those are the penny stocks. Moving on to bigger board stocks. Alibaba is going to be a massive. I think it's going to be great. I think we're going to see new highs on this one. So if you guys are familiar with Singles Day, well, let me back up. So let me bring back my beautiful face here. But so Alibaba is basically the Chinese version of Amazon, if you will. You buy stuff online and they ship it out to you. It's just China's version of Amazon. It's a massive corporation, massive company. And I think, so today it's a little bit weird because of the time change or the time difference, but 11/11 is what's called Singles Day, and it's some made-up holiday, kind of like Prime Day is for Amazon. So they've had a record day already. The first hour of Singles Day opened, and they had $13 billion in sales already for Alibaba. So let me switch back over. Baba's been something that I've been trading over the last week. They had really good earnings, and then there was like this scare off here. So we ended up buying the dip here in my mentorship and capitalized on this very well. I made some pretty decent money on Baba so far. I think we continue to see nice new highs on Baba with, S&P futures looking really good already right now, I think. And with Singles Day already kicking off and doing extremely well, I think we see new moves from Baba. So if we can see this move above 188 and hold that, I think this continues to break out and we see new highs from Baba. It's been a long time since we've seen this approach $200. So I think that this definitely could be the move that does it. And so definitely keep an eye on Baba. This is going to be one to trade. If it breaks up over 188, I will be in this one. And adding to dips on Baba. I think it's going to make a nice little move. Great little day trader. For anybody looking to make some nice little day trades out of this one. Intraday trades have been gold on Baba, and I'm looking to capitalize on that again even more this coming week, especially tomorrow. All right, next one's going to be Apple. So Apple's been an interesting one. Now I've told you guys, I think last week I actually had this on Stock Watch Sunday as well, and it deserves to be here yet again. So coming out here on the 4-hour chart, you can see that Apple just continually goes up. We've seen new highs from Apple this week, and I'm looking for some sort of pullback. I think that, you know, when I talking to you about Apple last week, I said, you know, I think that Apple sees 300 before the end of the year. And I still believe that very strongly. You know, We Trade HQ folks over here say that it's a sell. They're probably thinking that it's way overextended. And I can understand where they're coming from as far as that's concerned. But the overall markets are doing very well. And I don't really see any signs of it slowing down. So what I will do, though, on Apple is that I'm waiting for this to kind of pull back down to 255. 255 area seems to be a good, solid area of support. And if it bounces off of there, then I'll start to grab some at 255. I'm not going to grab anything at the 260 range. I mean, unless it really starts to continue to run. But given the fact that we had a nice day of consolidation in the overall markets on Friday, especially after those all-time screaming highs on Thursday, I think Apple and the overall markets probably will start to pull back at some point. So I may not trade Apple on Monday, but I'm looking for some sort of area in the week that there's some sort of pullback, some sort of area that I can grab a nice decent dip. And I think if Apple comes back to around 255 and holds that, then I'll probably be hopping in on that one and be able to capitalize on that trade as well. Let me check in with you guys, see how everybody's doing. All right, I see some ticker shout outs. I'll be happy to go over those in just a sec. Once I go over the last one, which is Disney. So Disney has been doing extremely well. Got up well over 5%. Was it 5%? Yeah, well over 5% on positive earnings. And so I think Disney ends up going even higher. So looking for a potential opportunity to grab Disney around 136, 137 flat area right here where it kind of consolidated and started to bounce back up. If it doesn't come back down for me, then I'll look to see if it breaks up over 140. If it has the momentum behind it to break over 140, I think it has the momentum to continue to go from there. Again, a little intraday trade for me on this one. I don't think that I will swing it, but the reason why I think that Disney does well this week is because Disney Plus is going live on Tuesday. So if you guys aren't familiar with Disney Plus is the streaming service that Disney is providing, similar to Netflix and Roku and Apple TV, Amazon. Disney's finally getting in on the game, and I think that they're going to make a huge splash in the live streaming service industry. And so, given the fact that Disney did have some, intellectual property, whatever you want to call it, that was streaming through Netflix. And so they've taken all that away, and now they're going to be streaming their own stuff, their own original content, previous Disney movies and stuff like that. So I would imagine that they're going to just blow this out of the water. And with their already positive revenues that took place on earnings last week, I think that Disney sees a nice continuation. And again, I think that this could be a nice little trade to make throughout the week. So those are the top 6 stocks that I am watching this week. And you guys can let me know what you think. Yeah, unless the rollout has a bunch of bugs. Blade Runner, that's a very good point. But I doubt it. I doubt it has really much going on there. I wouldn't say much going on. I doubt it. I mean, it's Disney. I mean, anything can happen. But yeah, if they have bugs, it's probably going to be a problem. But I just don't see that happening. I think it's going to do quite well. Let me scroll back up here. ICEE should have some more movement before financials released Tuesday morning. So yeah, Blade Runner is in our mentorship, and it's been crushing it in these small caps. These NASDAQ penny stock plays. And you can attest to this, Blade Runner, about how you've been playing this one. But for me personally, this is starting to look like, it's coming back to an area where it could potentially bounce off from. Right now it's at 347. So if it comes back down to maybe about 321 and bounces off of that, you can see a nice reversal from 321, maybe even from where it's at right now. You can make a case for it to potentially bounce from here around 346 or so. If we see some movement on that one, very good potential in ICEE. It's been moving quite nicely, really, gosh, for the last 2 weeks or so. I know the Blade Runner's been getting in and out of this one, making lots of sweet plays on this one, as well as many other folks within I can't talk today. Our mentorship. So, very nice one to bring up, a Blade Runner for sure. I think CBTC should get a move on. Filings are coming. CBTC, yeah, absolutely. Let me bring you back here. CBTC, it was formerly T-Cell, reverse merger, took it over, and we've seen some nice moves out of CBTC over the last week. We see more filings on that one. We definitely will see more movement from CBTC. QPRC, yeah, QPRC, it is what it is. Nobody seems to care, even though I think it's a good quality stock to have a good business going on. But the problem with QPRC is that there's just no volume coming in, and that's the other key. The business, whatever it is, the stock could have all these amazing things going on with it, but if nobody cares to buy it, then it's just not going to move. So that's the missing piece of QPRC. So it's an unfortunate thing, but it is what it is. Okay. CCHY, the chart looks okay, but RSI seems overextended, up 55%. Would I trade it? Probably not. CCIHY. Let me see here. HY. China Cash International. Let me see here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, probably not, Mike. It looks like it's already kind of filled the gap here. So let me just show you here. So it looks like it's already kind of filled the gap here on the daily chart. So this is something where it's probably not going to continue unless some fantastic catalyst comes out to blast it back through the roof. I doubt it. Given the fact that it's already gone up 55%, it's filled the gap. Probably not going to be one that moves. I don't really need to look at any other indicators to tell you that that's pretty much what's going on here. I could be wrong, but just looking at it on the surface, I don't think that one has another move in it. I think that move has already been made. So sometimes you just have that, when you see something move like that, it fills a gap. It's usually not going to do anything else unless it comes out of some crazy catalyst that blasts it forward. But I don't see that happening with that one. Yeah, Kenneth Rosenberg, ALPP quite strong acquisition. No kidding, ALPP. It's been a monster for sure. Gosh, you can't say enough good things about it. It's offered a lot of opportunities for a lot of people. Do I see it continuing? Perhaps. I think it looks to be somewhat of a SHMP type play. If you guys are familiar, remember that one in the beginning of the year. That was a monster move from 0.1 to close to $1. And so that one certainly has the momentum to do that. So ALPP definitely going to be a good one. GGRN, custodianship play, hearing on 11/19. Yeah, we can take a look at that one, Joe. GGRN. Let's see here. And then we can pull that up on OTC markets as well. So if custodianship gets granted. So here's what happens with a lot of these. So Joe was saying that, when's the date on that one? 11/19. Keep an eye on that one. So lots of times when you see stuff like this, they will run into custodianships. And so you can kind of see that's already running quite well here already. This is on the daily chart. This is a crazy mover. GGRN came from the lows down at 0013 and keeps moving. So share structure is outrageous. 72 million in the OS. That is really thin given where it's come from. And, I think this probably ends up continuing on. I'd be shocked if, people start selling this off for whatever reason. But lots of times you'll see this run into the custodianship. So the custodianship is going to be, set to be granted on 11/19. If it does get granted, it should make a nice pop. But lots of times you'll see this start to run into the custodianship as well. So definitely one to keep on the watch list. Thanks, Joe, for that one. Appreciate it. That setup's pretty nice. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about INKW. That one's a sore spot for sure. INKW, they came out with news, some sort of tweet that they're coming out with news about distribution. And, you know, for me, I'll believe it when I see it. Yes, I'm still holding INKW. Yes, I still think maybe something will come of it. But at this point, I'm trading so much other stuff. INKW is one of those ones where it's like, if it pops off, great, I'm going to have a good day when it does. But I'm not sitting here hoping that INKW is going to one day change my life, because it's just, I got better things to do. And I'm just going to be one of those ones where I'm just holding it. And if it moves, awesome. If it doesn't, then it's not hurting me. No skin off my nose at this point. Let's see here. Did I cover everybody? I think so. So, yeah. All right, so that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. You heard me talking about my mentorship. The links are down in the description if you want to check that out. So I go live with folks from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time, which I think is one of the most important parts or important times of the day for trading, whether it's penny stocks or big board stocks, what have you. And, you know, so it's just through a video chat, just like I'm doing with you guys right now. But you actually get to talk to me physically. You can, you know, talk through voice, and then you can also chat just like you are now. It's a great little community to be a part of. There's folks that are in the mentorship that love it as well. I'm sure they can attest to that. But I'm with you throughout the entire day as well via a private Discord. So if you have any additional questions, I'm not leaving you. I'm just live, kind of like explaining my strategies, why I think I'm planning on trading this at this price, yada, yada. It's not like an alert service, but it's just something to help you, you know, develop a strategy and become a day trader, just like I am. I do this full time for a living, and I love it. I love the freedom that provides me. And if you want some help with that, the links are down below. I'd appreciate you checking that out. And that's going to do it for me, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, I certainly would appreciate the thumbs up. As always, I will see you all before the bell, and B Smith is out. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.